Hello, my dear learners. How are you all? I hope you all are doing good. So, my dear learners, here we will start chapter number 6 of your book, and the name of the chapter is Algorithm. Sorry, the name of the chapter is Algorithm and Flowchart. Okay, so in this class, we will see something new. Okay, first, my dear learners, we will see what is a flowchart and what is a algorithm in Excel sheet in a computer. Okay, so let's see what are these terms and how we can use these things in computer. Okay, so let's start. Hi, I am Marvin. We all know that in order to express our idea to other, we need a communication medium. For example, language such as English, Hindi, Punjabi, etc. Of course, we need a language to communicate with you. Okay, so in case we in the same way, to communicate with computers, we need a language that a computer can understand, so that a computer and a user can have a smooth communications. So of course we need a language. Okay, without language we cannot able to communicate, so we need a language to communication for the communication purpose. Okay, so a computer is a machine that needs a special language with the help of which we can communicate with it. So computer also have a language. With that language we can able to communicate. Many computer language are developed these days. Nowadays computers also have the language which help us to do smooth communications between the user and the computers. With the help of this we can able to communicate with the computer. Okay, so there are many computer language. So there are lots of computer language that is there. First we will see, my dear learners, about computer programs. So what are computer programs? So every task that we need to perform on a computer require a different set of instructions. Okay, so we require a different set of instructions. A computer program is a set of instruction that we give to the computer in a predefined sequence so that the desired task can be completed. Of course, we have to give the computer the instruction, then only the computer can able to perform. The program that are written in the computer language are called syntax. What's that? It is called syntax. In other words, syntax is a predefined set of rules or commands that we can need to use smoothly to run our program. Okay, so first we will see algorithm. What is algorithm? Okay, so the first step in the program is to write algorithm. First step in the program is to write algorithm. Okay, and algorithm is the step-by-step division of instruction which we need to follow to solve a particular problem. So what is algorithm? It is a step-by-step instructions. Okay, these steps are written in a sequential and ordered manner so that a problem can be solved smoothly. The program written in algorithm can be logical and mathematical. What the problem? Problem should be mathematical and logical. Okay, we can say the program that is written in algorithm, that should be logical, that should be mathematical. The language of algorithm is very simple and easy to understand, so user can understand the step easily. So the language that is used in algorithms are very simple. In computer terminology, we can say that an algorithm is the sequence of steps or computer operations that collectively solve a given program. With the help of this algorithm, we can able to solve a given problem. We will see how we can able to solve. Okay, starting with some of the advantage of algorithms are. What are the advantage of algorithm? Let's see. First is, an algorithm help us think logically to find out the best way to solve a problem and reach our solutions. With the help of algorithm, we can reach in our solutions. Okay, we can able to find a solution. Next, a good algorithm help us to write effective and efficient programs. So we can able to write efficient and effective programs with the help of algorithm. So there are two common methods of presenting algorithms. So first method is pseudo code and second is flowchart. We will see what is pseudo code and what is flowchart. Starting with pseudo code. So pseudocode is a way through which we can represent algorithms or step of a problem in a simple natural language. It outlines the sequence of steps that need to follow to achieve a particular task. So they help us to see a sequence of the steps with this. Okay. In other words, describing an algorithm in an informal way that does not require any programming language syntax known as pseudocode. Okay. So for example of pseudocodes are these things: input A1, input B1, computer sum equal to A1 plus B1, print sum. Let us do some example of writing algorithm. Let's see some example. First example is algorithm to find sum and difference of two numbers. First algorithm is tells to you if you want to find a sum or if you want a difference of that number. With this algorithm we can able to find. Step 1, start. Step 2, take two number A and B. Of course, if you want to add something, if you want to subtract something, you need two numbers for that. Then multiply two numbers A and B. Then after that multiply it. Print the product. Add the number A and B. Print the sum. See, print the product means the product which you are multiplying A and B. Print the sum means A and B sums. Okay. Subtract A from B. Print the difference and stop. This is how we can able to do addition, subtraction and multiplication in algorithm. Second is algorithm to find the smallest of three number A, B and C. If I want to see the smallest between A, B and C, what is it algorithm? What is it? Let's see. Step 1, start. Step 2 is take three numbers A, B and C. Of course, we need three numbers if I want to compare it. Step 3, compare number A, B. If A is smaller than B, then go on the step 5, else go on step 4. Step 4, compare number B and C. If B is smaller than C, then print B is smaller and go on step 7, else go to the step 6. Okay? Next is step 5. Compare A and C. If A is smaller than C, print A is smallest and go on step 7 and go on. It's simple. It's simple to listen, but it is more simple when you try these things. Okay. So then print C is the smallest one and then stop. Okay. So my dear learners, now we will see about flow chart. Okay. So we have to discuss about flow chart. What is a flow chart? Okay. Let's see. A flow chart is a diagrammatic representation of an algorithm or steps written to solve a given problem. With the help of flow chart, we can able to solve a problem. Okay, we can able to what? We can able to solve a problem. It is a visual representation of the steps written to solve a problem. What is it? It is a visual representation. What's that? Visual representations. A flowchart gives us a better visualization of a solution. What's that? It gives you a visualization solution. Of course, flowchart we can able to visual it. Okay, so they give you a visualized solution. A flowchart help us a better understanding the logic of a program. In flowchart, geometrical shapes or symbols are used to represent the operations and their order is shown by connecting them with arrows. A flowchart can easily be converted into a HLL program. Okay. So this is flowchart. Now we will see advantage of flowchart. What are the advantage of it? Okay. So let's see. There are many advantages of using flowchart in a program. So using flowchart in a program, so they have many advantages. What are the advantages? Let's see. So flowchart shows the instructions of a program in an organized sequence. So flowcharts gives you everything in a very organized or in a sequential form. Second, flowchart are the visual appearing, because flowchart we can able to see. So it's visual appearing. Third, flowchart are helpful in understanding the logic of complicated and lengthy programs. Okay. Next is flowchart makes it easy to write program in high level language. Okay, if you write anything in a high level language, it is easier for you. Next, a flowchart is better for documentation of a complex program. Okay, so these are the advantage of flowchart. Now we will see some symbols of flowcharts. The symbols which we can use in a flowcharts. What are they? So we use different symbols in flowchart to display different types of statements. These are as follows. So these are the statements that we can use. So let's see what are they. First, we can write the name, symbols and descriptions of it. Okay, starting with stop box. What's that? This is a symbols like this. This is a start stop box. So description of that is these boxes are used in beginning and ending of flowchart. These boxes are used. Okay. Now input output box. This is like this box, input output box. So these boxes contain the material or information entering or leaving the system. We use these boxes to take input from the user and give them output. Okay, we use this box to take input and give output with this box. Next, process box. This is a rectangular shape box. So it shows a processed or action button. It shows calculation and processing of our data. What's that? It shows processing and calculation of the data. Next, decision box is there. So it is used where we have to compare two values, or where we need to use branch or quotients in the process. It is used when there are two options like yes and no types things are there. So this is decision box. Next symbol is flow line. So these are the lines that are used to connect different boxes in a flow chart. This symbol is used to connect different symbols in a flow chart. They shows the direction of a flow of informations. Next, connectors are there. See, this is a symbol of connectors. So it is a very small oval shaped symbol. It is used to show a jump from one point in a flow chart to another point. So these are the symbols we can use it. Now we will see rules of making flow chart. What are the rules? How we can able to make flow chart? Let's see. First is a flow chart must begin with start button or start box. Of course, it starts with start box. Okay. Next, all requirements and the tasks should be listed out in a logical order. So all the things should be in a logical order. Next, it must produce at least one result. What does they do? They almost produced one result. Next, all the boxes in a flow chart must be connected with flow line. Of course, all the boxes should be connected with flow line. A flow chart generally flow from top to bottom. What does flow chart do? They move from top to bottom. Only one arrow should come out of the processing box. One arrow should be there. Okay. Only one arrow should enter in the decision box. Two or more arrows should come out to the decision box. And next, in a flow chart, moves from one page to another, a connector must be used. Of course, when we move from one place to another place, connector should be used. And a flow chart must end with a stop or an end box. Okay, so these are the rules of making a flow chart. Now I'm hoping so you are getting the rules how we can able to make. Okay, now it's time to see different constructs using flow charts. What are the things that is there in the flow chart? So there are mainly three types of programming construct depending upon the order in which the steps have to be executed or the manner in which the flow of control or a program has to be directed. So the three types of programming construct are sequence, selection, repetition, illustration. Okay, sequence construction means in this type of construction the instruction get executed sequentially one after another because it is a sequence construct. So in this the programming is constructed in a sequential manner. Examples are like this: to calculate, see the example is also showing you how we can able to create a program in a sequential manner. So to calculate sum of two numbers, or to calculate the area and the perimeter of a rectangular, etc. So if I want to add two numbers, or if I want to add, or if I want to find a parameter or a area, how we able to find with the help of flowchart? First, draw the flow chart to calculate the sum of two numbers. Draw the flow chart. See, first chart, of course, the programming start with start button. So start button is there in the first one. Now, the input should be there A and B, because if you want to add something, if you want to find parameter or a rectangle or an area of a square, rectangle, okay, so you need input 2, means two numbers you want, okay. Then if I want to take the sum, or if I want to add two numbers, so first I will do start input, I want to give A and B. Then in A and B you have to write sum, because A and B is the input. So with that input you want to find out the sum of that numbers. So you can write sum equal to A plus B. Now you have to command also print sum. Then only we can able to find the sum of these two numbers. Okay. Step 2, draw a flow chart to find the area and the parameter of rectangle. See, first chart tells you how we can able to add two numbers. Okay, so this chart is used for adding, to add two numbers. Okay, first start, input, sum, and print sum, and your program is ready. Now we will see a flow chart that showing the area and the parameter of a rectangle. If I want to add find parameter and area, so how we can able to arrange? First, of course, start is there. You have to input. In this input, you have to take length and breadth, because area is based, area and parameter, in that you want you it should be length and breadth. Okay. So if you want to find the area of the rectangle, so you have to multiply length and breadth. And if you want to find the parameter of rectangle, so you have to write the formula to length plus breadth. And then print A and print B, because then only they can find you the result. Okay, this is how we can able to perform these functions. Okay, these inputs, these flow chart is clear to you, like how we can able to calculate the parameter and the area, and how we can able to add two numbers. Okay, now we will see selection construct. How we can do selection construct? Let's see. In this type of construct, the execution of the instruction depend on a condition. In this, we can say the instructions depend upon a condition. Here the conditions apply. Okay, if the condition is true, then one set of statement will be followed, otherwise another set of statement will be followed. It is based on the condition. If the condition is true, then only they can able to follow it. Okay, for example, so example is also there. First you can draw the flow chart to check whether a number accepted from the user in a positive or negative way. See, of course the flow chart is the same. First start is there, input A is there. So if A is greater than 0, then it can be in the yes mode, or we can say print positive. This is positive when A is greater than 0. If it is A is not greater than 0, then print no command should be there. And this is how we can able to find. Okay, so now we will see repetition construct, iteration construct. So what is repetition construct and iteration construct? In this type of construct, a set of instructions are repeated multiple times, because it is repetition. So in this we can able to perform the instruction in a repeated manner. So in a programming, a repetition is also known as iteration or loops. Of course, loop is something that is repeated after some time. So that is also known as repetition and loop. A loop is the execution of a set of instruction or program statement multiple times till the condition is satisfied. In this loop, of course, loop is a repetition. So in this loop, we can say a program or instruction is repeated multiple times. Okay, to satisfy the conditions. Okay. So our loop is characteristic by two things. So loop means repetition is based on two things. First is condition. Second is counter whose value is increased or decreased. See, the repetition is only based on the condition. If the condition is true, then only they can form a loop. They can form a repetition of it. Okay. So, for example, so example is also there. Like for example, to display the word hello 5 times to display the tab of 7. See, you want to repeat hello word 5 times. Okay, means you want to make loop of it. Okay, so how we can able to make a flow chart of it? So draw the flow chart to display the word hello 5 times. So you want to make a flow chart in which you can write hello 5 times. Okay, of course, flow chart start with start button and end with stop button. So for example, first you can write count 1. Okay, and you can write is count greater and equal to 5, because you have to write hello word 5 times. So you can write the symbol greater than we can say greater than equal to 5, means you have to write it on 5 times. If it is no, then your program is stop, means hello word cannot able to return 5 times. If it is yes, then print hello and you can count that your hello is written in 5 times. Okay, these are the flow charts, we can use it. Okay, so I'm hoping so the flow chart topic is totally clear to you. With the help of flow chart, we can able to make a flow chart of if I want to add something, if I want to find a parameter or an area, if I want to do a repetition of a numbers or a sentence or a word, then only we can do. So this is the flow chart of it. Okay, so all these things are clear to you. So yeah, this is the chapter all about. Okay, so I'm hoping so the algorithm and the flow chart is totally clear to you. So that's all, my dear learners. Have a good day. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.